What's going on? This is your boy JP, and welcome to another edition of the Power Bomb. I just want to say big shout out to Dave LaGreca and the rest of Busted Open on going 24/7. The nation has been really pushing for that, and I'm glad they finally did it. It's going to be called Pro Wrestling Nation, and it's on Sirius XM Radio. Make sure you tune into that. Make sure you get a subscription. It is well worth the money. Let's get into what happened over the weekend, which was Night of Champions, and I want to get into a couple of things that I noticed from the show. Number one, Seth Rollins in this faction is not working. It's not working. I'm wearing this shirt right here. See that? That's right there. That's Paul Heyman, and that's CM Punk. This worked. Whatever Seth Rollins in that faction is doing, it's not working. And I'll tell you why. It's because Paul Heyman has no personal relationship or previous relationship with Seth freaking Rollins, and it shows every single time they're in the ring together. They're stepping on each other. First of all, Seth Rollins, I want you to do yourself a favor. I need you to swallow a very bitter pill, because this is going to hurt to hear. You're not as big as you think you are. You need Roman Reigns. You need CM Punk. You need Cody Rhodes, because you are not good enough on your own. And you've proven it time in and time and again. When you had the championship in 2019, that's when AEW came on the scene, and they were really starting to nip at WWE's heels for the ratings. And Seth Rollins, you're not it, man. You're not it. You are not it, and I'll just keep repeating that till the cows come home. You should have never gotten the briefcase, because WWE is in a situation right now where they're going to be losing a lot of their talent very shortly. CM Punk probably has a couple years left in him. We're obviously losing John Cena in December. Roman Reigns is about to go do movies. And WWE, you need somebody that's going to pick up the slack for when they leave. And it's not going to be Seth freaking Rollins. It's not going to be him. In no way can it be Seth Rollins. You really dropped the ball when you had a chance at Money in the Bank to put that briefcase in LA Knight's hands, because you had a chance to build another star, and you had a chance to get some new blood into the championship mix. But what did you do? You did the same old crap. You give it to Seth Rollins. You're like, oh, he's got the briefcase. He's got Braun Breaker. He's got Bronson Reed. He's got Paul Heyman. This faction's going to work. It's not. And unfortunately, Seth Rollins is at that point where when I hear burn it down, it's more of I want to turn my TV off heat. It's not I boo him because I don't like him. It's I'm uninterested and I want to turn the TV off. And that is something WWE does not want to deal with. They don't want to deal with fans wanting to turn their televisions off. But that's how I feel every single time I hear his freaking song. So the Seth Rollins angle, it's not working. We took Paul Heyman for granted. We thought he could be put with any faction and it would get over. We thought it would work with Roman Reigns. We thought it worked. We knew it worked with Punk. We knew it worked with Reigns. We knew it worked with Lesnar. But what we're failing to realize is those guys were brought up organically by Paul Heyman. Punk with the ECW revival and OVW. Brock Lesnar with OVW, and Roman Reigns. That goes all the way back to when Paul Heyman was a teenager taking pictures of Afa and Sika when it was WWF. But the Seth Rollins is not working, and he thinks he's a good talker on the mic, which somebody needs to give him a big dose of reality and tell him, you are not connecting with the fans. Just because you come out to a song and the fans sing along to it does not mean you are over with them. That just means you have a cool song, and that's it. Because how quickly, when he gets in the ring and that song ends, you hear chants of OTC, OTC, or you hear chants of CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. They don't want you, Seth. They don't want you. It would have been better if they just had Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman by himself and have Braun Breaker win the briefcase. Because Seth Rollins is doing himself a disservice every single time he opens his damn mouth to speak. And another thing, this faction has not been explained to me. Why is Paul Heyman with Seth Rollins? Why is Bronson Reed, the guy that was trying to take out Seth Rollins, trying to take him out after Tsunami? Why is Seth Rollins with him? Would you want to be with somebody that tried to end your career? I wouldn't. And why is he with Braun Breaker? None of this has been explained. This is the most half-ass faction I've ever seen. This is that type of faction where just shut up and enjoy wrestling. Just shut up and enjoy it. It doesn't need to be explained to you. We're just going to swallow it and eat it. Nothing needs to be explained. But that's why it's not working. I have no explanation on why Seth Rollins is with these people. I have nothing. I just tune in every Monday night and let's see. Oh, there's Seth Rollins cutting an awful promo with these three guys, and I have no clue why the fuck they're together. So that's my first gripe with this faction. Secondly, why didn't we give LA Knight that briefcase? You had a chance to get some new life, some new blood, a fresh take. Somebody else going for that championship. Somebody that could use this. He's lost 3 Money in the Banks now. 3. And what are we doing with him? What are we doing with LA Knight? I'm baffled. I'm absolutely baffled with how bad WWE has screwed this up with Seth Rollins. And another thing, lose the frickin' Seth freaking Rollins gimmick. You come out in your stupid outfits where you look completely dumb, and then you keep saying, my name is Seth freaking Rollins. First of all, don't get the crowd involved. Do you know how to be a heel? Do you know how to be a heel? In no way does a heel work with the crowd. The last thing the heel wants to do is have the crowd behind them. Why are you asking them to say your name? And first of all, Seth freaking Rollins, you sound like a little kid that's trying to swear in front of their parents, and their mom is like, I better have not heard the F word. No, Mom, I said freaking. I didn't say the F word. That's what you sound like, Seth. That is exactly what you sound like. You sound like a little child who's trying to be a big boy. And you show it every time you talk. You are an infant. And I got news for you, Seth. You are nowhere near as good as your wife, Becky. You're not even close. You are so bottom of the barrel compared to Becky, it is not even funny. You know when Seth Rollins' freaking character took a big nosedive? Once Roman Reigns called him the dummy in green on that WrestleMania 40 press conference. Go over there. Go stand next to the dummy in green. That was the end of Seth Rollins. That was it. Roman Reigns cut the head off that snake and said, you know what? That's the end of you, Seth. And he's right. He has not been good ever since. He has not been good ever since. And now we do this whole Seth Rollins CM Punk thing. Doesn't this seem a little familiar? Didn't we do this when, Drew cost Punk the Royal Rumble by, the tricep injury? And then the whole summer, all Punk was trying to do was cost Drew McIntyre the championship every chance he had? I mean, let's see. Let's look at the parallels, shall we? Punk going for the championship against John Cena. Wasn't Drew McIntyre going for that championship against Damian Priest? And Punk cost him then? How about when Drew was trying to win the qualifier match on Monday Night Raw? Punk cost him that. So Seth cost Punk the Elimination Chamber. And then Seth costs Punk Night of Champions. Seth wasn't even promoted for the card. He's a Raw guy. This was mostly a SmackDown show. And he shows up just to screw Punk. Didn't Punk go overseas just to screw Drew McIntyre? Rinse, repeat, guys. Seth Rollins is rinse, repeat, copying everything Punk did last year. So what does this mean? What does this mean? Most likely we're going to see Seth Rollins and CM Punk in Hell in the Cell. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Punk's Hell in the Cell days are over. But that's where I think this is going. Unless somebody else has any ideas. Please feel free to comment if you have another idea. But that's where I think this is going. Next up, John Cena beating CM Punk at Night of Champions. All the run-ins. If I'm Cody Rhodes and I have the driver's seat because I won King of the Ring, how would I want to face John Cena? I go right to Nick Aldis and I say, hey, listen, Nick, SummerSlam's coming up. I don't want to have a regular match with this guy. This guy kicked me in the balls and hit me with a title belt, and I lost. We need some type of stipulation here. It needs to be in a cage, because all these run-ins and everything, you cannot justify this being just a singles match. This has to be a match with a stipulation. Or, WWE, you want to give us a big treat? How about give us a fatal four-way, because Randy Orton has problems with John Cena, CM Punk has problems with John Cena, and we all know Cody Rhodes has problems with John Cena. So why don't we make this a fatal four-way, because you got a bunch of stories intertwined here. Punk and Randy can run it back to their feud they had. Cody and Punk obviously have had their verbal bars back and forth with each other. John Cena and Cody have a problem. John Cena and Randy have a problem. John Cena and Punk have a problem. There's so many ways you can go about this. Give us the fatal four-way at SummerSlam. You want to truly get us back in your good graces? Make this match happen at SummerSlam. Punk, Cena, Cody, Randy. Make it happen. Because that would be one hell of a main event for night 2. Because if you just run it back with Cody and Cena Part 2, not a lot of juice there. There is not a lot of juice in that match. There's also not a lot of investment in that match. Next, KARRION KROSS. Now, did it make sense for Sami Zayn to beat him in Riyadh because he's in front of all the fans that love him? Yes. But we got to do something with KARRION KROSS. And like I said, I go back to what I said about LA Knight. You have to build new stars, because Roman is not going to be here. John Cena is not going to be here. CM Punk is eventually not going to be here. WWE, if you cannot figure out what to do with KARRION KROSS, maybe you shouldn't have a business anymore. I get it, the Keith Lee thing didn't work. I get it. But KARRION KROSS is so over with the fans right now. He needs a story. He needs to win. He needs to pick up some wins. You cannot just take him out of the backstage vignettes and then stick him into a match with Sami Zayn and then have him eat the pin. Clean in the middle of the ring. That doesn't work for anybody. That doesn't work for anybody. In WWE, if you want to stay irrelevant, if you want to stay relevant in this whole thing, I got news for you. There is a company called AEW that is ready to deliver a punch to your face at All In. And they have one hell of a card. They do. They got Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm. That so far has been better than any of the women's matches you've put out. Because I swear to God, Tiffany and Nia, that is not it. That is not it. You have bled that story dry. You can't get another ounce of blood out of that storyline at all. You're done with it. So I'm glad you put the Queen of the Ring on Jade Cargill. She's going to be going after Tiffany. I can't wait to hear the promos. I'm hoping that Tiffany can go back to being a heel, because that's where she does her best work. She is not a babyface. In no world is a prissy little blonde a babyface. They're a pompous, spoiled brat, and that's the way her character needs to be. She needs to be a pompous, spoiled brat. So, Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam, it works. And I can't wait to see what Jade has, because Jade has really stepped up over these past couple weeks with her qualifier matches, and then obviously that finals match against Asuka. She did a great job. So I hope WWE is ready to hand the ball to Jade Cargill and see what happens. And then obviously a Naomi cash-in will happen eventually. Obviously tonight Rhea Ripley is going to be starting out Monday Night Raw. I'm assuming she's calling out Io Sky for a championship match at SummerSlam. She absolutely deserves it. Rhea Ripley has gone way above superstar status. She is a mega star. Now, every match she's in is much watched. She has really arrived. Yeah, Mommy is on top, and that is a fact. Mommy is on top. So yeah, WWE, you need to do better. You need to do better. And those scenarios I laid out for Punk, Cena, Cody, Randy, SummerSlam, make it happen for that Undisputed Championship. I know Triple H said that Cena and Punk are never going to have a match together again, but you know what? A Fatal 4-Way is different. That's a different kettle of fish right there. That's a whole different ball game. A Fatal 4-Way at SummerSlam would absolutely be the perfect way to end SummerSlam. Seth Rollins, take the mic away from him and let Paul Heyman speak. We believe in Paul Heyman way more than we believe in Seth Rollins. And somebody needs to tell Seth, like, hey, you need to stop buying your hype, because you're really not as good as you think you are. You are a song and an outfit, and that is it. Your in-ring work is great, but other than that, you're very mediocre, man. You are very, very mediocre. So yeah, this was the Power Bomb. I'm JP. Please make sure to like and follow. And have a great day. Monday Night Raw is tonight. I will do a reaction show tomorrow. And yeah, that's it. Have a good one.